the East Coast LQ Reviews. Today, it's already showing the bottle up. Today, we're doing Evan Williams Black Label Bourbon Whiskey. So just regular Evan Williams Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. But people do refer to it as the Black Label Evan Williams. So we're going to be doing examination. 6 categories we're going to score the product in. Aesthetics with 10 points, nose 20 points, flavor 20 points, mouthfeel 20, finish 20, value 10, all equaling up to 100 points total. Possibly. I think Eric might show up afterwards. I don't know. Who knows what's going on? He might be here. But definitely like to thank the panel that's here with me today.
Tremendously still hands.
I don't know anything about this guy, Catskill Ortega. I don't know what this means. But cheers to Dan from Alex Beer Reviews. Misk. Cheers to Misk. Miscellaneous Brew Reviews. Check them out. Bumpy. Nobody has their names up. What is going on?
I'm Bumpy. That's my name.
All right. I guess.
I'm part of the Ortega brothers. My partner, Colorado, cannot join us today.
Bumpy Road Brews. Check them out. All right. So first off, we're going to start with the aesthetics. With that being looked at, we're going to look at the label and the actual product itself.
Bottle design, whole.
Yeah, bottle design. I mean, you could also think, like when you first walk into a store, you know what this is the minute you see it. Kind of that. What do they call that? Brand recognition, something like that. What's up, Dan? Why are you raising your hand?
I've got news this week, Tanner.
What's up?
I did not get the liter bottle, buddy.
Nice.
Because usually every week I get the giant bottle.
Yeah, we'll go over what
so size
the smaller bottle everyone has. What did you get? We'll go over the price and what everyone grabbed.
Okay, so I got the 375 milliliter bottle.
Cool. Nice. So like half
to look behind the counter to see if that was an option.
What did you get, Miss Williams?
I got a 750 ml for $12.99.
You get a plastic bottle though, huh?
Yeah.
Is that a Florida thing? That might be a Florida thing.
I have no idea.
Probably.
I got glass too.
I think mine was like $5.99.
I've never seen the plastic one. That's cool though. What do you got, Bobby? Is that a liter or a 750?
They gypped me. They only filled it up that much.
Is that a liter or 750?
750.
Okay, cool. You remember what you paid?
I don't quite remember. I think it was like 18 to. It was between 18 to 20.
Yeah, it's a little bit more. So I do have the Breaking Bourbon website. Actually, I didn't say mine. I think I paid. I know that this used to be like 14. I think it's like right. I'm pretty sure it was like 14 change for 750. I've had this one for a little bit. So mine has been opened. I believe it was like between 14, 15 bucks. Breaking Bourbon website. Classification straight bourbon. Company is Heaven Hill. Distillery's Heaven Hill. Release date is ongoing. Proof. So it is bottled at 43% alcohol by volume or 86 proof. It is a sour mash. So you guys know what a sour mash is, right? Where they like use a little bit of the last batch to make more of the next one.
No. Okay.
It helps create more of like a consistent flavor.
So they're not souring the mash itself like you'd make a sour like Berliner Weiss.
So sort of like a yeast starter for beer.
Yeah, it's like they use a little bit of the last batch to make more of the next.
Budweiser does.
Yeah, it's sour mash. They do it with the I'm pretty sure Jack Daniels is a sour mash as well. Yes. Commerce Ozzy, cool. Cheers to the chat before I get more into information. Tear down. Cheers, bro. Good to see you. Cheech. What's up, Cheech? Whiskey Encore, check them out. Cheers. We got Commerce Ozzy in the house. Cheers. I'm sipping some Evan Williams also. Cheers, bro. Hell yeah. I have a 50 milliliter for $1. Can't go wrong. That's what you usually see. See them everywhere. There you go. Probably gonna make its way into a Imperial Stout later on in the night, huh, Ozzy? Typically, that's what ends up happening. So yeah, age NAS, no age statement, but it does say extra aged in oak on the side. Mash bill 78% corn, 12% malted barley, 10% rye. MSRP as far as 2022 is $15. All right, so now we'll start with the aesthetics. Yeah, presentation. You know it when you see it on the shelf. It's unique. It has its own bottle style. There's not many bottles that are really too similar. But it's a solid. It looks like it fits on a bar. You see it everywhere. Everywhere you go, anywhere that involves liquor, you're gonna see this bottle, pretty much for the most part.
It's embroidered. Was the
Yeah, it does have some nice lettering on the side.
I don't remember. The other one was like that.
It
too?
was Jesse.
Okay.
You also got to remember, so miscellaneous. You can also base your score based off the fact that you have a plastic bottle. That is, is fair. I'm gonna pour mine up though.
Yeah, I straight up gave mine a 5 for aesthetics.
We got a beer man in the house. Beer man.
Hey,
Nice. What's up, beer man? It's got some Evan Williams. Awesome.
Wow.
it was
All
in my
right.
kitchen.
It's my kitchen.
I saw Beer Man. I thought he got lost. I thought he was wandering the internet and just.
I wasn't gonna do this, but hey, that's the way it goes.
Well, beer man, do you have yourself a piece of paper and a pen?
Tanner, I'll put it in the private chat if you want to keep.
Sure.
What's
I
that?
do.
Oh, what in the
They'll list the stuff for him.
okay, yeah. If you could, that'd be
got it.
awesome.
Yep.
All right, so I'll go over the color. Let me just pull myself up quick so we can get a good look at the color here. All right. Nice. Let's say amber color. It's a little light. Doesn't look too dark. Solid amount of alcohol legs coming down the side of the glass there. But yeah, overall, doesn't look really too dark. Guessing nobody on the panel has any idea what age this is, or maybe somebody in the chat. Maybe somebody in the chat, if you know how old this is roughly, what it's rumored to be, let us know, because I really don't know.
Do they have to be at least 2 years or something like that?
Let me see. Two years. Yep. There's no age statement, but it can only be called bourbon if it's aged for at least 2 years in new and charred barrels and distilled in the United States. Used barrels are not accepted. So, yeah, 2 years, Bumpy. So yeah, it's probably 2 years. Probably a 2-year bourbon.
That's all set in the private chat for anyone that needs it.
Thanks.
All right, so I'm gonna go over my number. I'm gonna go with a 6 out of 10. I think it's just slightly above average. Brand recognition. You see it everywhere. Everywhere you go, you see it on the shelf. Bumpy did state it does have the nice in the engraving on the glass itself. But screw cap, I don't really like screw cap. I like the cork. I'd much rather have a cork. But yeah, 6 out of 10. I think that's fair. What do you think, Dan?
I'm sitting at a 4.
4, really? Under average? 5?
Listen, plastic bottle,
Oh, you got
screw top.
Funny.
This thing is a brown paper bag away from being the guy who washes your window at the intersection's best friend. That's what this kind of just gives me the vibe of, at least the packaging. As far as the bourbon itself, it looks good. It's yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's not.
I was at a 5. I brought it down to a 4 just because I kind of looked at my notes before and I'd given a couple others different scores. I was like, well, it's below that. So my presentation 4. Drew? There you go.
Yeah, I didn't give it. I mean, for the plastic bottle whiskey, boys, come on. I mean, I had to take the easy sipper cap out of there. We got rid of that thing. But honestly, the only thing it like I said, looks light, and the only thing that's saving it right now is it does have some really good legs. But I scored it at a 3.
Yeah, you are right. It does have like a nice. Oh, you can't really see. I was noticing that too. Yeah, you are right.
Yeah, it does got some legs, I guess, right there. Yeah.
The product of the whiskey itself definitely looks a lot better than you would expect for the range of what it's in. If you're talking a $15 bottle of bourbon, come on, you're talking like the bottom of what you can get. And compared to some other stuff, I do think that this, especially the product itself, like the look of the actual product, it's definitely above what I've seen in this price range. So that's why I give it the 6.
I would absolutely say that if I had a glass bottle, yes, it's definitely more aesthetically pleasing than this.
What did you give it for your number?
I gave it a 3.
3? Okay. What about you, Bumpy?
I gave it the same as last week's Evan Williams because it's pretty much exactly the same bottle. It's got almost all the same information. It looks just as nice. So I was at a 6 out of 10.
Six?
I'm trying. Yeah, 6 out of 10.
Nice. Good man. So you can. It's based off of like the actual appearance of the whiskey itself, and then the presentation of the actual product, like the bottle.
Yeah, right. I've got the plastic one as well. It's not a real great presentation as far as that's concerned, in my opinion. But there is great legs, like you were saying. Oh my God! I mean, it sticks up there, and you can just see it slowly dribbling down. And the color looks really beautiful. I mean, it's a really pretty color. I'll just stick it at 5 out of 10.
Yeah, solid. All right, let's all go for the nose. Let's all nose this. Nosers. Very nutty. Getting a lot of nuttiness. So with this, with the nose in point, we could all just kind of chime in, give some notes. So if you got a note that comes to mind, just you can say what you think.
You got a mild oaky presence. It's out front. It's not as heavy as like a Jack Daniel's, but I definitely get a nice smoky. It's got a little sharp. It's a little sharp alcohol on the nose.
Caramel.
You guys with open bottles are gonna have different because it's been oxidized, like introduced to air. So your aromas are gonna be a little off.
Yeah, it's a little ethanol. I get a good amount of like caramel and char and nuttiness. I think is what is more prominent for me. A little bit of actually, there's a good amount of vanilla with this as well.
Caramel and leather. I get a leather walnut.
Yeah, there's a good one, beer man.
You know what the first thing I thought? The first like smell I got? Old dresser.
Oh
like,
wow!
You open up a dresser and like you know what I mean? Just like old dresser.
So that's kind of like a musty, like that's like a kind of musty wood, like like a dusty wood like aroma.
So I also have been trying this new
wood, kind of more, not
technique of when I go for the nose. If you open up your mouth just slightly, it helps induce more oxygen. Like I heard that on one of those whiskey shows. It's kind of working for me, like as far as getting better.
I just got like a little bit of I just got like a little bit of like an apple, maybe from like and the malted barley isn't too high in this. What is it? A 12% malted barley. So I guess you get like a little bit of that like apple. See, well, with the straight like the malted whiskey, I'll get like an apple note. I get a lot with like Irish whiskeys, which those are typically, I think those are all malt, right? Irish whiskeys all malted.
Oh, malted barley, yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
I do get like a little bit of an apple. Cheers, right?
I think me and miscellaneous are the only fresh cracks, correct?
True. I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, not that it
mellowing off now. It's aired out. It's not as gassy.
It's pretty.
It
It's a
doesn't
pretty
smell
mellow.
bad
pretty
for
mellow
I'm
smell.
gonna grab a water bottle really
price
quick. Guys.
price value. I could already. It's not.
You guys get lacquer?
It's got
I don't get a ton of like ethanol. Like,
ethanol, alcohol,
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I just got it.
I get
chemical. Yeah.
Chemical. What's those things you blow through a straw and that stuff?
Oh, the
It's like
plastic?
it blows the bubble.
plastic bubbles.
Yeah, it kind of smells like that stuff.
Have you guys ever done the coffee bean thing? Have you seen people do that? I want to try to do it in a beer review. I think that'd be funny. So you take a cup of coffee beans, and supposedly, or if you like nose the coffee beans, it kind of resets your palate, like as if you were to take a drink of water.
My buddy was telling me you see him at like cologne, like fancy cologne stores and stuff. They'll have like for that reason specifically.
Yeah.
I get like a little bit of like almost a marshmallow smell.
See, you know what I'm really thinking? I might do it in between this, unless we do a separate video. But I want to bust out a little bit of the white label, because I feel like this is very lackluster on the nose. It's not like giving me those rich notes that I was getting. It's very faint. It seems like it's definitely like more tame, more mild, more for the average, like just bourbon drinker who just kind of wants to drink it just to, achieve getting kind of a buzz, rather than like, oh, this nose smells like this and that. It's not like your super fancy nose. It's very like not necessarily one note, but it's a simple nose. It's not crazy. It's just kind of standard. Like I said, you get a little bit of the nuttiness. I will say I don't really get much of like a cereal grain or like the corn per se.
I get corn, actually.
Yeah.
I get corn, yeah. And the oak or something, the barrel.
Yeah, I get more like darker, like I get darker flavor notes out of this. But I will say that like compared to the white label from last week, the white label was way more prominent, way more rich. I'm gonna give this I'll go with 10, and that's being generous. I'm just gonna go a solid 10. It's average. It's not necessarily boozy. It's not like super punchy. My bottle personally, it has definitely opened up because it's not super harsh alcohol, ethanol punch in the face, like possibly like the fresh cracks might be.
I kind of like the mellowness of it though. I'm gonna give it a 13.
That's fair, yeah. I can see that.
I got 9. So it's like for me, it's still somewhere. It's still somewhere in between that old musty dresser drawer, but then mixed with a Little Debbie oatmeal cream pie that's still in its plastic wrapper, and you get the plastic
in
with
the
it
drawer.
too.
Did you find it in the drawer?
Yes. Half eaten.
What was it?
And
A
it's
Little
like stale,
Debbie what?
and it's got like that staleness to it too.
What was it? A Little Debbie what?
The oatmeal cream pie.
Oh.
But you smell the staleness and the plastic at the same time, and then you threw some lighter fluid on it with the
All right, so
ethanol.
Who hasn't given a number? Who hasn't given a number?
I scored it at a 10. Initially, I mean, it smells pretty loud for what it is.
Yeah, you also have a fresh bottle, so it's probably more.
I did get a nice vanilla note on there. It was kind of sharp and quick, and then it aired out, and it's kind of basic. I feel like the more I'm smelling it, the more I'm losing it. You know what I mean?
Oh, the coffee beans, right?
I do get the apple more and more.
Damn,
Yeah,
that's
more
true.
that
Right.
vanilla and apple. Vanapple.
Yeah, kind of a green apple or something. Or
What do you
Yeah.
What are you giving it, beer man?
I'll give it an 11. It's not bad.
Nice.
It's not terrible. Average. Yeah.
That's fair. You guys want to try it? Let's all taste it. Cheers.
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 You all right over there, Bubby?
Mhm.
Oh, it's like straight up peanut butter on the.
Ooh, peanut butter with rat poison. Jesus Christ.
I get clay.
My foot.
Nah, it's like. I think it's like peanut butter. Yeah, it's like peanut, caramel. Good. There's a little bit of warming in the chest. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely got some warm.
To me, it's not a warming. It's like a hot cattle prod right,
Spice?
right there.
It's
Spice.
It's a little hot.
You guys get a good amount of spice?
Or
It's
Well,
dry.
it warms your palate up so much that I guess.
Spice.
I'm starting to get like a little bit of pear and apple. Like the apple is actually in the caramel and apple.
I was thinking peanut vanilla.
Vanilla's there. Yeah.
I get caramel.
Okay.
Vanilla, nice oak.
So I didn't use coffee beans, but I did take a sip of Yingling and then went back to it. And it kind of actually made some of the flavors pop out.
Yeah, would you get
That's
like
it.
corn?
No, like it's because the Yingling's a little bit more malty and sweet, right?
Yeah. Does Yingling have corn in it?
I'd imagine so.
I think so.
Ugh.
No, but
Beer man, you all right?
Yeah, I'm not used to the.
I did just get a little bit more like confectionery sweetness. Like once you got past everything, right on the batting that little ball hanging thing at the back of your throat.
Your uvula,
With a confectionery sweetness a little bit.
like marzipan type deal.
And I feel like
You got to drink some water with this one.
that chest warming is like dying down a little bit.
Like I said, for what?
It churls up your
86. It's loud. It, honestly, fresh crack. I think it's.
Yeah.
I've had higher ABV whiskeys that drink not as harsh as this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's got some burn. Yeah, it's definitely boozy.
Yeah, but I think the first
Well, that's
crack's
the
a little
initial
more.
sip. I got to get back into it. That first one,
Well, with the
you
water,
got your palate acclimated.
I think with the water, if you have you don't necessarily have to put any water in it, but I think drinking a bottle of water on the side totally helps.
See, that was a lot smoother. Because you're gonna use I find that a lot with this. You take that initial sip and it's just like boom,
All right.
it's loud, and then that second when you hit it's a little bit more mellow because your palate's starting to acclimate a little bit.
I just saved a little water
for sure.
in my mouth and then took a little sip of this and combined the two. Because I heard with some whiskeys it actually brings out more. Pretty smooth, pretty nice with a little water in it.
Sneaker 7 Crown. I remember that, and it does taste like that.
Similar. I wouldn't say
Similar.
quite the same. I drank my fair share of Secret.
I think more of the corn's coming out on the palate though.
Yes. If you get past
There's some kind of sweet in the finish.
swishing around in your mouth.
I think I get like a little bit of like purple Robitussin.
Oh,
I don't get that.
Purple
Great.
tussin?
The old great medicine.
Hold it in your mouth. for a while.
So you're saying it's a little medicinal? Kind of?
Yeah. There's still that chemical thing though.
yeah, a little bit chemical for sure.
Honestly, I don't know. Maybe you're thinking the astringency. It's probably the oak and the char.
I'm pretty sure it's the Little Debbie wrapper, but other than that,
Nah, it's probably the char. It's probably the astringency from the char.
It's definitely an astringency. It's
It's kind of got like a little bit of like a not like burnt, but it's got like a char, like not smoke, but more like just charred, just like
very
burnt.
big tannin bite to it. It's got like that.
Tannins. Yeah, exactly. It's a little tannic. Yeah.
okay.
The flavor.
I'm throwing a 9 out there. Tanner,
Yeah.
9 on the flavor.
Not very
Shame.
complex, I'll tell you that.
Shame.
Excuse me.
I'm sticking it at an 8, boys.
I'm gonna
It's
go.
not the
11.
worst drink. It's not the worst drinking product that I have, but
I'm gonna go 11. With that being said, it's because it's got a little bit of that nuttiness. I think you definitely need to let it open up a little bit. Fresh crack, I think, very kind of boozy, burny. But even after just letting it sit in the glass and drinking some water with it, it's a lot easier to sip on. And yeah, I mean, this is like what people are taking shots of if they go to a bar.
I'm not
Hey,
trying
let me get a shot of bourbon. This is what they're probably serving them, you know. So I mean, the flavor of this, of course, isn't the most complex, you know, exquisite bourbon on the planet. It's literally readily available everywhere, and it's just kind of a staple. It's like a staple product. I think it is a little. It's got some rough edges, but for the most part, it is what it is, and it's a good representation of what bourbon is supposed to be. So I think 11 is fair.
I'll go with 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you guys get for the?
Your man's not a liquor guy either, so that's.
What did you guys get for
That'll be
the
fair here.
mouthfeel? I would say it's a little bit thinner, and I think that's just because I keep comparing it to the white label, and I just totally feel like that increase is just so much better with the white label.
We screwed the pooch on that.
On what?
We should have never done the bottle and bond before this. I think now that I'm having it, like
I know we kind of went backwards, but whatever.
no, it's fine. I'm just saying, like in a normal life situation, anybody that would be trying either of these, I would highly suggest doing the black label first, and then moving on.
True. Yeah. Well, if you're beginning, if you're like starting off, yeah, definitely.
Did everyone give their scores for flavors?
I believe so. Is everyone
I showed mine.
okay?
Giving it.
Mouthfeel? Yeah. Like I said, it's just the white label. To me personally, that 7% increase, I just think it has just a much better mouthfeel, more of a fuller flavor. This is a little lacking. It's kind of burny. You know, it's. Well, I guess the burn. What did we say? Does the boozy burn? Would we consider that more mouthfeel or finish? I guess
that's more finish.
Finish mouthfeel or no finish too. Just dry. It's a dry mouth finish.
Yeah.
Very dry.
I think it leans more into finish, but some mouthfeel too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cracking my tongue.
I'm gonna take a couple more sips. You guys.
I'm throwing it at 8 for mouthfeel.
Wow.
It's interesting.
I'm 14.
I scored it at 12. I mean, just looking at the legs on it, I expected some viscosity to it. I mean, it is.
I think go 10.
But
going 10.
It is kind of in the middle. I don't feel bad if I'm being run a little over me.
This is as far in the middle as you could put this product, other than the value.
Yeah. I'd go 11. I'll just say 11. It does burn. It burns like hell. My mouth is so burning. But it's got kind of it's somewhat of a viscosity before it dries off. You know, it's somewhat smooth and kind of nice in the mouth. If you can get past the burn, it's not too terrible.
I'll drop mine. I'll go down to 12.
Evan Williams 1783. I think that's their small batch. Yeah, that'd be fun. It might be a little bit harder for some of us to find though.
For quick reference, I did give the bottle and bond an 11 for the mouthfeel. So that's
I give the bottle and bond a 12. That's what I was kind of basing my. I've been basing my score pretty much off the bottle and bond, which is funny too because I would like to. I'd like to blind these to maybe one day.
Yeah.
Do the thing where I pour Bumpy's drinks, he pours mine. And we try to pick out the two. I think that would be fun.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, if you did a stream and like we did it when Nikki's around, I could just say, "Hey, pour these in 2 glasses."
Yeah, that'd be cool. Try to figure out if we can actually tell. I think personally, I think you would be able to recognize because,
I think. Well, they make those
Bottom
taster
line,
kits where the bottoms are
so much better.
labeled.
Not
Like,
better,
you
but
got your
better
A and
product.
B, and you can write that down somewhere. Go in there.
That is true.
Go in there, look at the ceiling, mix them up, go in the other room, come back 30 minutes later, do it again. You're probably not going to remember where.
Or at any point, I could just say, "Hey, here's 2 vials, A and B. Whenever you want, pour it in there, and at a later date, I just go to them and I just say, "Hey, put the key somewhere to where I know it is." And
My mouth is numb.
Yeah.
This is a great dinner thing. If you want to go to the dentist.
Wish.
Oh my God! Now that you said that, it just clicked. Ambisol.
Oh yeah.
Dude, seriously, it's got this Ambisol thing.
I don't know what you Amazon.
In the mouthfeel, the nummingness or something.
Is that what it's called? Ambisol or is it Abisol? Ambisol?
I think it is
It's
that.
the numbing stuff that you can, when you get a toothache, you go to the store and you buy it and put it on.
Oh, that?
tip.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I can see it.
I got numb mouth.
Because when I use that shit, I'm like, man, it's sort of like whiskey, like because
You're drinking alcohol.
I know.
Yeah, alcoholic.
So finish for me. I'm at 11.
Finish at 11.
I'll get one more horn on it.
I don't mind the finish. It's just not something you want to. It's not really the best sipper.
Yeah. No, this is
something you wanna. This is something you want to make cocktails with. It's a cheap bottle of bourbon you want to make cocktails with.
Listen, this thing's holding hands with 4 roses.
The finish is definitely a little rough, but you get the spice, you get the char, you get a little bit of that Kentucky hug they like to call it, or a lot of that Kentucky hug.
Or after a long night of the Colombian marching powder, just slam 5th of this down. Good.
What did I give? Go 11. I'm going 11 again.
I put it at a 15.
Really?
It's definitely kind of mellowed out for me. I've acclimated to it. It's not so hot anymore.
So,
and it's not, like I said, it's not the biggest, but you know what I mean? I understand we're not dealing with the cream of the crop here, but I did enjoy the finish in the mouthfeel elevated it a bit for me in that aspect.
I think I like my finish to be a bit sweeter. Now, I haven't taken a sip. I haven't rinsed my mouth out. I'm just chilling
on the finish for me.
See, I'm getting like this. It's like that. It's like a bittering almost. It's like they're sweet, but then there's this little bit of just underlying bitterness that just I can't get off the tongue. It's I don't know.
Stringent char, maybe.
Could be. Or like I'm in. Go ahead.
Pepper in my throat. It's so burning.
You have water, beer man?
Oh, I got a beer. But no, it's so dry and peppery and burning in the throat. But I do.
You know what?
Yeah.
I could feel you, Dan. A little bitter. It's got almost like a white pepper.
Yeah.
No.
Just it's there, but it's not.
Almost like a white pepper, like a paprika kind of bitterness to it.
Do you need to go outside?
I'll do a 12 on the finish.
I'm at an 11.
It's kind of interesting.
Mixed reviews across the board.
What's great is when we add them all up and we do the average. It's always fun.
Not tell you yet. So I guess I did have the best price on the panel, huh?
Mine was like
Well,
five.
besides you, because
Not
I think Beer Man's got a smaller format bottle. But
Yeah.
Bumpy's, yours is 750. Tanner's, yours is 750, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And you guys said you paid a bit more than I did.
Yeah,
Again,
I couldn't really remember what I
$12.
paid. I looked it up. I looked up the price on New Hampshire liquor and wine outlets, and it was $16.99 listed price, $2 off, $14.99.
now.
And this
See, I
is
gotta
only based on price
no
value
overall,
overall. Okay.
like for what you get based on the price.
That's what I was thinking.
Wait, so has everyone said the finish?
Mine was 11.
Okay, that's why I gave
Jesse's
mine
was 11. Beer
11.
Man was a 12.
I had a 15 on the board for that one.
Value, I'm gonna go. I think this is where this shines. I'm gonna give it an 8.
You gonna give it a what?
8. It's $15. You can't go wrong. Even if you wanted to just get a shooter, $1. A nip.
Yeah.
It's a 50 milliliter, little small
Dude,
bottle.
you're talking me up because that was kind of low.
This is your going to the liquor store. You get a sleeve of these, $10. You go to a friggin' party or you go to whatever, blah blah.
Grab a 6-pack of Coke or something. Grab
Yeah.
your shooters and do it up.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Because you bring that up and like kind of like,
This is value.
I'll
all
give
day.
it an 8. I'll give it an 8. You talked me
Value.
into it.
Value.
I was
all
at a
day.
6. I was at a 6, by the way.
Yeah. That's what this is. This is value in a bottle. It's $15.
Right.
Well, it's supposed to be $15. Not to mention if you can get it for
little
cheaper.
boys.
Not to mention if you can get it for cheaper, you know.
All right. I'm going to add mine up here.
I gave it an 8 as well.
8 as well. Yeah.
Now,
I mean,
Plastic wise.
It's not a bad buy, but it's not a super
So-
fantastic buy. And I did base it on if you do drink that. I don't know. I could see having.
So let me just ask you guys a quick question, right? If you go into the store, right, and they got, so let's say they have dollar nips. You want to spend $1 on a bourbon nip. They got Jim Beam, Evan Williams, and what's something else? Typically,
like
they don't have
early times or
let's
some,
say like Old Granddad. What would you pick? I don't know if they have Old Granddad for $1. Maybe. Do they?
I've had Old Granddad. It's some of the worst whiskey I've had in a while.
Oy.
Dude, I drink the Beam. My
Pretty
buddy
damn.
throws me the honey, and
Would you pick this over Beam? I guess
I don't
say.
pay for them. I don't pay for them.
Would you, if you were gonna buy a $1 nip of bourbon, would you buy this over Jim Beam?
I used to enjoy Jim Beam. I'd have to revisit it to really.
Yeah.
I actually would probably take this. I used to be a big Beam fan growing up, and I wasn't a big number 7.
This is Big Evan Williams.
Oh my god, I'm losing my brain. What is it?
so just
Jack Daniels, you know what I mean? Like I used to like I don't know. I prefer the Evan Williams over fucking Jim Beam any day.
just the thing when you add these up total, because Eric made this mistake, make sure you're adding up 6 categories.
Yeah.
I'm at a 56, boys.
You're at a 56. All right.
I'm at 59.
Okay.
I'll be not far off.
54.
I'm gonna do the math. I'm gonna double check.
What are you at, Tanner? I'm doing that every day.
Stop using the calculator. You got a pencil.
What? Would you have miscellaneous?
56.
Cheers, brother. 56.
You got 56?
Yeah, 56.
I was the low guy here.
So what was
Really
everybody?
low.
So let's start with Dan. What were you?
A 49.
49.
Any missing
like-
categories?
56. Bumpy, what were you at, Bumpy?
I was at 59.
59.
Full category more than Dan.
And then what were you at, Beer Man?
54.
All right. Okay, so I had a 56 out of 100. Dan had a 49 out of 100. Miscellaneous had a 56 out of 100. Bumpy with the 59 out of 100. Beer Man with the 54 of 100. Bumpy gave it the highest score, 59 out of 100. Dan gave it the lowest score, 49 out of 100. Dan, what's the average total?
Your average is 54.8, so a solid 55 for Evan
55
Williams.
out of 100 for Evan
Oh
Williams.
boy, hold on. Woo, woo. We have a new low scorer in the house.
So that is the lowest score we've given?
Yes, sir. Four Roses was our lowest previously with a 61.
That's fair. I'd pick Four Roses over this. That's fair. That's fair in my book. Ozzy with the 56. Nice, Ozzy.
Yeah, see?
Right around what we had.
Coming in clutch.
Dude, that's awesome. I love him. That's cool that he went through.
I love when I'm 1 point off. So Dan, you are the furthest off from everybody. So
Yeah.
you are the weakest link. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I mean, where it really hit for me, like the nose was probably where a lot of it went down. So to put it in perspective, like
I just thought it was straight middle of the road.
Yeah.
If it was at a 50 out of 100, I would have thought, wow, that's perfect.
so on the bottle and bond, I gave that 11, where I gave this a 9, and then the bottle and bond on the flavor, I gave the 13, where I gave this another 9. So,
Yeah.
Really,
This is the bar, though. This is like the bar. Like if you have a bourbon on the shelf, less than $15, $15, less than $20, it's got to compete with this. This is everywhere. This is the bar. This is what people know bourbon is. The person who doesn't drink bourbon, who goes to a bar and says, let me get a shot of bourbon once in a blue moon, this is bourbon. You know what I mean? This is the bar. This is what people expect.
It's run of the mill. It's ho-hum. It's not.
Yeah. 55 out of 100. That's definitely a good score. What do you guys think? You guys have any other last notes you want to say based off of what we had?
Plastic bottle may have played a feature in that.
Yeah, true.
here's my final notes. I'm glad as shit I didn't have to buy a liter.
Yeah, but it's a good mixing
I
product.
didn't think to look behind the counter.
I still got the giant
Went to
liter of the Four
aisle,
Roses,
and I got
dude.
the smallest bottle they had.
It's a good. You better start making whiskey and cokes or old fashions or
I like
this.
whiskey and
cocktails.
ginger. Whiskey.
Yeah,
and
there
ginger.
you go. Start making those.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's what this is. It's a bar. It's a bar bottle. It's a cheap bar bottle. Your buddy comes over, he wants a whiskey and coke or something. This is what you're gonna, someone who doesn't really care for the,
My buddy comes over, I break out the Russell's 10 for me. Here's Evan Williams.
Your buddy comes over, he's like, "Hey man, you got a beer?" He's like, "Yeah, I got this pumpkin shit in the fridge." It's the funniest video on the planet.
Whiskey and root beer. Ooh, root beer.
Any idea on? So Devil's Cut is the week after next week. So any idea on what we should do?
I mean,
What were you talking about? I know Bobby had a suggestion, but we could also do some more nips. I feel like it's nice to have nips or smaller bottles because then we can get more people involved.
Yeah. If we can do that, I can do it. But
Jack Daniel's single barrel rye.
Well, yeah, that'd be a special.
It's a special episode.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think you're-
Really?
I think
I
sent
mean,
you
they
a-
got. I showed Tanner. I think I showed you right. My buddy's store.
Well,
they
no,
have-
Drew.
They sell the small format bottle.
We're trying to go. We definitely want to do.
I said
Or-
Woodford Reserve.
We definitely want to do
You're
more.
trying to build up to the height.
Like we definitely want to do more like more unique bottles, but I think we're trying to like go through kind of like everything that's readily available, stuff that everyone's going to see, trying to make it really easy for more people to kind of join.
and lay down the wallet
You
because we
guys
can't
do
afford
Buffalo
it.
So,
Trace
like, we've been
already?
doing your straight up standard stuff recently. Like, we started off with
Have you guys done Buffalo
First one.
Trace?
No.
I got the list, Tanner.
Four
Buffalo
Roses was the
Trace?
first one, right?
No, we did Wild Turkey 101 versus Russell's for the first episode.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Next
yeah,
episode was Four Roses, then Maker's Mark, Small Batch 1792, Knob Creek, Evan Williams, and Evan Williams Black.
Yeah.
So this is straight bourbon
I feel like-
or whiskey, or this is
How about we
blended?
do this?
Is there blended whiskey? Is this in?
How about we do this? Because it only makes sense. Why don't we do Jim Beam next week, and then we do Devil's Cut the day before Halloween? Fair enough.
I-
Jim Beam do a
Sure.
rye?
I can get a nip of that.
I want to get a nip. Like, I
Jim
can't do
Beam
this
would-
every week.
would only
It
It would only make sense that we did Jim Beam. We got to do regular Jim Beam before we do the Devil's Cut. Come on, right?
Well, I get Jim Beam, and it comes with a Red Sox cup.
There you go. Double whammy.
Do they have a pretty good selection of nips in the liquor store?
Jim Beam, you're
Oh, if you're gonna go to the liquor store and you need a beam,
Jim Beam,
nip,
you're
it's
gonna
be
find
there.
everywhere.
It's
Jim Beam
gonna
is
be there.
definitely gonna
If
be.
you want to get
Jim
just
Beam is-
like an airplane bottle, I honestly am not gonna lie to you, beer man. One might not. You might need to get two just to have enough to even get a real taste on it.
Oh, two, all right.
I'm not trying to push. I know you don't drink a lot of the booze, but
Oh,
like,
no.
if you pour a nip and you're like,
Only a little bit.
He means
Yeah,
2
no,
liters.
you're gonna get like that much.
I'm not getting drunk off
That
this.
much, like,
He means like Drewski.
I feel like one nip is not enough to actually get a good feel for the product. You know?
Yeah.
You just get so little.
We can figure it out.
I think Jim Beam should be.
You
It's
go
gotta be.
for it. I might be
Yeah.
here next Monday. I might be.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I
next
can
Monday we'll do
definitely
Jim
get it in small
Beam,
format. Anybody should be able
and
to
then the
get
Monday
in
after
small
that we'll do
format.
the Devil's Cut. For Halloween, Devil's Cut. So I still have to find one. I don't have one yet, but I will definitely get one.
Pumpy's gonna be sitting up here by himself on Tanner's.
Nah, I got Devil's Cut. I picked it up today.
I know where I can get one. I seen it at
See,
Yankee.
Tanner?
They have it at Yankee Spirits.
I picked it up ahead of time so that way I ain't got to worry about.
They have it at Yankee Spirits. I'll go get it on my day off. Yeah. 55 out of 100. What'd you say? What was the list? Do you want to give us the order one more time there, Dan, for the list of the
Wild Turkey 101.
No.
Wow.
Oh, the list of what's top and bottom. You said this beat Four Roses for being the
Oh,
last.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so at top we got Russell's 81. Then we have Wild Turkey at 79.
Russell's
10. 10.
Russell's 10 year. Yep.
Maker's Mark at 74. Small Batch 1792, 73. Knob Creek with a 71. Evan Williams Bottle and Bond, 66. Four Roses 61, and Evan Williams Black with a 55.
That's fair. That sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah.
It sounds solid. Makes sense. Yeah, you guys want to do some shout outs? Shout out your channels, let everybody know what's going on throughout the week with you guys' channels, possible lives, videos, whatever you guys got. And then we'll wrap this up. Cheers. You want to start?
To wrap
Dan?
it up.
I would like to shout out my co-host, Colorado Ortega, and I'd also like to shout out.
I don't know what's going on.
The Ortega brothers. I'd like to shout out the third Ortega brother, old Appalachian Ortega, Joe from the Beer Patrol. He's doing his thing. Did some live streams yesterday with Sam Smalley and Josh and Kent. Beer reviews, pretty cool. Never really see him on a live stream, right? As far as liquor, I guess my one liquor shout out would be I'm still watching the crap out of Bruzel. He just went broke hunting bourbon in Michigan. So, yeah, Bruzel.
I saw that video.
Yeah, Bruzel's pretty cool. Like, it's just cool watching all the different, like raffles and stuff he goes to and all that. So, yeah, that's it.
Nice. Cheers, Dan.
All right.
What
Well,
do you got, miscellaneous?
shout outs. Today it's Monday, right? 9:30 almost. In about an hour, Alex is going to go live with Alex and friends, right?
That's what
Monday.
happens Wednesday.
Typically does that. I believe so, right? Pretty sure I saw that set up earlier today.
It is.
So, yeah, go check him out. I might end up over there. Other than that, who should I shout out? I don't know. Like I said, it was great to see Joe come back. I know he's been out of the game for a bit. Been talking to him. It was nice to hang out with him the other night. So I just shout out to the beer community, all the foreign fam, everybody stateside. Go check us out. Not bad people. For me, I've been going live a lot, as everybody's probably seen. I'm thinking about getting back into the craft scene, weaning back in and start making some videos and stuff like that again. I just had to take a break. You might see some rebooks. Yeah, come check me out. I go live. Come hang out. Easy, non-drama business. But we do like to bust balls. So, cheers, boys.
Cheers,
Cheers.
miscellaneous.
Cheers.
Bobby.
I'd like to shout out Corey Feldman.
Bless his heart.
He's having a real tough time right now. He had some on-stage problems. The girl behind the computer forgot to hit the button or something, so certain sounds didn't work. And then his lead guitarist's guitar wasn't plugged in. But he did his best. The show went on. He was singing.
Oh, it sounded like the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Even though Corey Feldman in his music group is pretty friggin' horrible, at least the guy's trying. so cheers to Corey Feldman. And yeah, it's God bless. On my channel, I'm trying to put out a video or two a week. So I definitely have some beers that I recorded. I just have to edit them and get them out. So look forward to that. I don't have any live streams as of right now, and I have nothing planned. But I will let you know if I ever do a live stream again. Yeah, that's about it. Cheers. And cheers to Ryan's beer reviews. Check him out for real.
This guy.
Oh my god, that guy can get fucked with all his pumpkin beers.
All right, Joe, relax.
Cheers.
Joe gonna do another 37,000 pumpkin beer review challenge or something.
You know, hey,
Oh,
real quick,
God.
you notice that piece of shit came back right at the moment it was pumpkin season. That's when that piece of shit Joe came back. Yeah.
Sorry,
Cheers.
my apologies.
Cheers, Bobby. What you got, beer man?
Just my two lives, Beer Cheese, Tuesday, 8 o'clock Eastern, and All Spun Out,
Dude,
6 o'clock Eastern on Wednesday. Other than that, I've got been brewing a bit of beer, Nipa styles. I got the Mr. Bill, I'll just shout out Beer Hounds. Got his Nipa at 7.7. It's conditioning right now. It's getting a lot better. I'm going to can that up tonight, actually. I'm going to can just 10 and secretively give it out to whoever I pick, plus Bill, of course. I'm kind of slowing down on sending to 1 billion people. So I'm just going to kind of select a couple and kind of, make it more coached that way. But then I've got the this one right here is one I'll be transferring into a keg. It's actually hit it right on the money. 7.2 is what I wanted, and that's what I got. So it's the Bretta from Anota Mutta. It's a Nipa, so it tastes pretty good. It tastes like it's got a lot of that malty, which Bumpy was saying is lacking malty. It's got a lot of that like cereal malty kind of like weirdness. It's like Captain Crunch berries and stuff. Like it's really crazy how it tastes. I don't know. So the assortment of hops was really cool. So I can't wait to let people try it. Some people try this. So look out for that. One other person I'll shout out is Hops and Brews. I don't shout him up enough. Dude's out of Portland near me. So go check his stuff out. He's got quite a few subscribers. Last thing he did was Hard Mountain Dew. But other than that, thank you, Tanner. Cheers.
For
Been
sure,
fun.
man. Cheers, bro. Yeah, before I do my shout outs, definitely shout out to mainly the panel here tonight. Unfortunately, Eric and Chatio weren't able to make it. But hopefully, maybe next time they'll make it for the Jim Beam. And I know Eric said he bought one of the Devil's Cuts, so hopefully we'll see him there as well. But other than that, definitely thanks to Dan from FLX Beer Reviews. I don't know what this is all about. Miscellaneous Beer Reviews. Cheers.
Hey,
If you've
you.
watched our content, you'd know who the Ortega brothers are.
All right, Dan. I'm sorry. I guess I'll have to. Do you watch my videos, Dan?
I do.
No, you
Even your Bin Laden ones are down in your friend's basement.
don't. Those are old. Those are like 2 years ago.
Exactly. That's how much I've been a subscriber.
I gotta catch up. I'm sorry.
You're good.
Shout out to Bumpy. Bumpy Road Brews. I do actually have last two beer reviews are with Bumpy down there. The Fox Farm Votive Imperial Stout double barrel aged in rum and bourbon barrels. It's like 16.2% Imperial Stout. That was a really fun review. And then we also reviewed the Jillian Goose Island Belgian style farmhouse ale, I believe. So yeah, go check those out. Check out Bumpy. And shout out to Beerman. Cheers, Beerman. Thanks for being here tonight. And then shout out to the chat as well. We had Josh, Last Beer, Dan's over there, FLX Beer Reviews, Miscellaneous in the chat, Commerce Ozzy, 2 nips are better than 1.
I mean, most people got to. That's all I'm saying.
Cheers, Ozzy. Ryan's Beer Reviews, check him out. Great beer reviewer. Tater Dom, cheers Tater Dom, and Cheech from Whiskey Encore, so go check out Whiskey Encore. Live streams Tuesday around like 11:30. Yeah, go check them out. And as far as shout outs for me, I do actually have, I gotta edit it, so hopefully I'll have it edited and uploaded by the end of tonight. I reviewed that Monster, the malt beverage.
Oh my God, Drew.
The regular one, the green can, and then I have the white can as well that I'll be releasing a video on. So look out for that. More beer reviews, more whiskey reviews. Monday live stream, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be doing Jim Beam bourbon, regular Jim Beam white label. Be there. Grab yourself a little airplane bottle, or grab yourself a 750. They're pretty readily available and they're affordable as well. Or maybe you just have one. Super popular, probably one of the most common bourbons out there, other than probably the one that we just reviewed. And rate that beer. Hopefully I'll be able to do those. Maybe I'll do one this week. We'll see what happens. I do have Wednesday and Thursday off, so maybe I'll do a rate that beer. One of those days. I do have some beer that I need to review. I need to get through. And a couple shout outs from me. Shout out to Kilco Whiskey Musings. And shout out to Scotch Down Under. Check out Scotch Down Under. He goes live. He's actually from Australia, so his lives are, he's probably hanging out at night when I'm at work at like 6 a.m. And then Kilco Whiskey Musing goes live every once in a while as well. And also check out Tom Snow 75, Massachusetts Beer Reviews, Wildcard Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time Wednesday. And then check out Chatio as well. Does a lot of reaction videos, but he also has been doing beer reviews and other reviews with us as well. So shout out to Chatio. And yeah, just at the hour mark. Thanks again to the panel, chat. You guys are all awesome. Stay tuned. Make sure to see us next week for the next examination. Till then, if there's anything else you guys like to see on my channel, make sure to leave a comment down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my videos. Look at beer. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.